Hello. Um, so I thought I'd share something on leadership today that I thought that was very apt for our time that we're living in right now. I've often said that the Bible is a book that we need to remember is about God. It's not about us. It might be for us, but it's about God. And a lot of times we have a tendency to run to Scripture when we want to feel good. And although that certainly can happen, it happens because of whose word this really is. So, our primary reason for going and studying and getting into the word is to learn more about God, right? To learn and understand our Creator. However, um, with that do come some beautiful teachings and lessons and very practical things that we can use on an everyday basis. And one of them is from Acts chapter 15 that I thought I would mention. And to give you a little bit of a preface, I'm not going to get into it now, but there was some discussion on a decision that had to be made. So some of the apostles and the disciples were coming back, and they were going to Jerusalem, and they were having their elders and the council together to discuss this matter. And at the time in Jerusalem, James is now leading. So Peter left, to do his own thing, and Paul and Barnabas were doing their thing, right? And they were spread out a little bit throughout the region, sharing and teaching and building. But now they're back, in Jerusalem. At least many of them were to discuss this. And so you hear Peter lead the discussion or open up the discussion. You hear Paul and Barnabas, add to the discussion. And again, James is the leader. And it's really not until the end where you see James in chapter 15, and I'm not going to read a lot. You see James in chapter 15, verse 13. After they finished speaking, James replied. And that's really all I wanted to read from the text today, because it goes on and describes, what the decision was. But after they finished speaking, the leader replied. How often do we have a tendency to want to to lead by speaking first, by going first, by being first? We have a concept sometimes of leadership that is backwards. And I love the reminder and the very practical example, and many of you have probably heard this as well too, that a good leader is a good listener, right? And it doesn't say that, James waited until people were taking a breath to jump in and speak something, right? He waited till they were finished speaking. They brought to the table everything that the team could bring, and then the leader made a decision. And just a great reminder for us. It's a great reminder for me as a leader, whether it's at work or at home or in church or in my own areas of ministry, wherever God is calling me to be that type of leader. I have a tendency to want to speak first, right? When I need to just listen first. And again, now is a great time to be listening a lot more often. And my last final thought, I guess, is maybe not just in a work setting, but in your walk with God, what are you listening to so that you can be a good leader? It reminds me of, the song, you know, it's a plead, about family and life and how, you know, I need to be led by God so that I can lead well in other areas of my life. Is God speaking to you? Are you listening? Um, are you letting Him direct you so that you can lead better? So it was just a great example, just of how we can use these teachings in an everyday purpose. And in fact, that's really where my name that I came up with, His Path Daily, right? That's where that comes from. Is that it's a daily walk. It's a daily surrender. It's a daily confession. Um, it's a daily walk. So, so I hope that encourages you. It encourages me. It inspires me. Um, may we be good listeners. May we be good leaders. And may we be getting our leading from the one true leader. All right. God bless.